How's everyone doing? Good? I might be covering the... I'll just keep it here. That makes sense. Cool, so how many artists in the house? Just a second, musician instincts. How many artists in the house? Can you please raise your hands? How many artists? Performing, writing, anything? If you're in any field where you're creating something, raise your hands. Now we're being honest here, right? How many artists in the house who are no longer creating because of whatever the reason might be, but at some point in time, at some point in life, you were an artist or aspiring to be an artist? How many people like that? Can you please raise your hands? Come on, don't be shy. We're all being honest here, right? So we have a handful of people. Cool. Now, this event is a powerhouse of talent, right? Everybody is supremely talented here, and the more I say, there's nothing more I can say about the fact that each and everyone is working really hard here. But that's just the front end of what we all are shown, right? If I'm singing, you are only hear what I'm singing, and you're telling yourself, damn, he's so good. Thank you so much. But what you don't know is what happens when I'm not singing, right? I don't know what happens when Chaya's not writing. I don't know what happens when Aditya's not creating that piece of music, right? But I'll tell you what happens. The one thing which is an absolute constant, right? It'll start happening the moment you get up one day and you feel, oh, you know what? I want to be an artist. Could be any art form, could be absolutely anything. Could be sculpture, sculpting, could be music, could be dance, could be photography, could be absolutely anything under the sun. The moment you think that you want to do something like that, till the point you either die because you're very old, or maybe you just stop doing it, as a lot of us do. There is one thing which is constant, and that is naysayers. Now, we all know what or who a naysayer is, right? We all face naysayers every day, all the time, every time. They're all around us. It's like the Delhi pollution. You can't avoid it. You can't. What's worse is that Delhi pollution is just in Delhi, right? Naysayers all around the world. Wherever you go, whichever street, whichever road, wherever you go, there are naysayers waiting to sort of pounce upon you and just say, you can't do it. It's not the right field. Kya beta, kya kar rahe ho? You know, all the Sharma Jis and the Gupta Jis who will come to your place and start chatting with your father and mother, and they'll be like, acha, aapka beta kya kar raha hai? And my father will be like, blah 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 blah. And अरे अच्छा, काफी uncertain line है ना जी. And my father is just like कि आप निकलेंगे कब? Time हो गया, बस खाना नहीं लग रहा, जाइए. So now we all face it, right? There's no way around it. Or maybe there is. What do we do? So now whatever I'm going to say next is my own experiences, right? You may agree or you may not, but I hope that some of you will connect to what I'm saying, and maybe it helps you too. So the first thing that I feel that really helps avoiding naysayers is how we project ourselves to the person we're talking to. Let's say one of you comes up to me and says, hey Saptak, what do you do? And I'll say, you know what, I'm a Hindustani classical vocalist. And I'll just stop there, right? And if you're a slightly informed individual, you'll say, oh damn, that's so cool, but isn't the market dying for classical music? I'll be like, oh shit. Then the next thing you might say is, so classical is the only thing that you sing, right? You don't sing Bollywood, considering the fact that that's in demand. So that's like a second stone that you just threw at me. And now I'm suddenly like I'm cornered, right? Because I said I'm a classical vocalist, and you suddenly presented two arguments against me, against my chosen field. The conversation starts with a judgment. The conversation has started with me being at a disadvantageous end already. And just two exchanges, right? What if you come up to me and say, hey Saptak, what do you do? And I say, hi, very nice to meet you. I'm a classical vocalist, but I'm also an audio engineer. You know, it's really interesting, man. On the one hand, I'm playing some really big classical music festivals. On the other, I have clients like HCL and Sony, and I'm constantly making jingles for them. It's a lot of fun. Trust me, it's a lot of fun. And you're just like, wow, man, that sounds so cool. I just have whatever, I'm doing this, but damn, what you do sounds really interesting. You see what happened? I might be having 18,000 bucks in my account, which I do. 18,000 is nothing, right? And I don't have a show in the next 30 days, not a single show. So it's really not rosy, but what did I just tell you? That rosy, great. And all you see or all you feel is that, damn, this guy's doing such great work. I save myself the judgment. I save myself the unspoken criticism that might be going on inside your head. I save myself the expert opinions that you might have about my field based on years of absolutely zero experience that you've had and an astounding lack of knowledge and awareness about my field. Now, the way we project ourselves, for me personally, now whatever I'm sharing is my personal experiences, right? It also extends to the social media, right? Some of us were lucky enough to be our pictures were put on billboards. Chaya shared the pictures with us, right? It felt amazing. I have never been on a billboard before. It felt great. I felt as if, who the hell is Arijit Singh? I mean, I'm on a billboard, man. And Vasant Kunj, I mean, imagine, Vasant Kunj. My grandfather came to me and he said, "Kya baat hai? Khub bhalo, ki bhalo khabar." The very next question, now my grandfather is a purist, right? He's a purist, classical musician. The very next question, "Koto taka pachish?" means how much money are you getting out of this event? So I said, it's not about the money. Like I'll speak in front of so many artists. It's a great opportunity. Now, him being a purist, or whatever, his reaction, he didn't say anything. He loves me dearly, right? He could take a bullet for me. He could kill 1,000 people for me. He said, "Oh, okay. And he just turned around and he went back to his room. But I know what he thought. We all know what he thought, right? I mean, you don't need to guess. We know what he thought. Now, I put that billboard up on Instagram. I got 20 DMs. Literally 20, I counted that. Damn, so cool. भैया आप तो बड़े स्टार बन गए. बड़े स्टार जिसके अकाउंट में सिर्फ 18,000 रुपये और आज के इवेंट से कुछ नहीं मिल रहा. छाया प्लीज, इट्स नॉट डोंट टेक इट पर्सनली, इट्स जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल, राइट? बट मैं बड़ा स्टार बन गया क्योंकि इंस्टाग्राम पे मैंने पिक्चर डाल दी. एक दिन नहीं, 3 दिन लगातार अलग अलग एंगल से. थैंकफुली छाया ने अलग अलग एंगल से पिक्चर्स भेजे थे. नाउ all of my followers think, damn, this guy's on a billboard, that is so cool, which it is. But if I did not put that as a story and I just said, there's this panel discussion, I'll be speaking for 5 minutes. Just think about how that would come across. There's a panel discussion, I'm speaking there for 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. Oh, cool, 5-7 minutes, and I take it. But I'm on a billboard. Doesn't matter if I speak for 60 damn seconds. My picture's up there, and thousands, lakhs of people have seen it, right? Of course it does. What's the second way to tackle an ace here, right? Yeah. Now, the people who are closest to us give us a lot of motivation, a lot of support. The darker side is the people closest to us are the biggest kinds of naysayers that we can face. That's a sad truth, right? My father is a musician, classical musician. My mother is a teacher. Thankfully, I have been lucky. My father has never come up to me and said, "Kyun kar rahe ho?" But my mother, cat pad lo beta. She has never said, "Kyun kar rahe ho?" Sir ji, mic to gaya. Koi baat nahi. Check. So my mother says, थोड़ा unstable line है ना बेटा? हाँ mom, it is. नौकरी तो you have the brain, you're intelligent, you're smart. You see, she's trying very hard to not be a naysayer. She's not a naysayer, right? She does not want to be one, but it's just human nature. She can't help it but be concerned about me. Now, the flip side to that concern, that care, that love is that as an artist, the last thing I want to hear is, "Beta, par, acha, what if that happens?" Acha, na that compared to this. Now, these are things that none of us want to hear, right? Because it's very detrimental to our thought process, which in any case is all over the place. Like, I have to watch 10 movies before I can write one line, and then I have to go to the gym and come back and then write one more line. I can't do it if it's not that. We all have a process. So, the ones closest to us are the biggest naysayers we have. What do? We have no option but to make sure that we turn them into our strongest support system, so that the ones who are not close to us, which is practically the entire world out there, when they turn around and say, "You haven't chosen the right line, you are not doing what it needs, पैसे ही नहीं है तुम्हारे पास, तो यार क्या करोगे? 18,000 रुपये से क्या मिलता है आज के ज़माने में? एक पश्मीना शॉल नहीं मिलेगी मुझे, पूरा आईने मार्केट है यहाँ पे." तो what happens when Mr. Sharma comes to my dad and says, "Sarthi ji, आपका बेटा क्या कर रहा है आजकल? सर म्यूजिशियन ठीक ठाक कमा रहे हैं." My father would turn around and say, "शर्मा जी, आप फिक्र मत कीजिए, 2-3 साल दे दीजिए, फिर आईफा अवार्ड्स में शाहरुख खान के जोक्स के बाद उसी को अवार्ड मिल रहा होगा." But for my father to be able to say that confidently, I'm assuming we all are working really hard every day. We're at it persistent, resilience has been spoken about before. Assuming all of that is in place, and if our support system is strong, our parents, our friends, our siblings, then naysayers can be dealt with. What's the third way that we can deal with naysayers? And this is where I'll end, Chaya. So if I'm extending, give me just one more minute. So the third point, right? I think oh good. The third point. Sharma ji walks into the room and he says, Saptak beta, kya kar rahe ho aajkal? Uncle, musician, living the life, you know. आज यहाँ परफॉर्म कर रहा हूँ, कल वहाँ परफॉर्म कर रहा हूँ. बेटा बट इतने सारे परफॉर्मेंस के बाद गाड़ी तो नहीं ले पाई ना? Just an example. Nobody says गाड़ी तो नहीं ले पाई ना? But you get the point. Now what do I do? What do I say to that? Sharma ji's sole purpose is to sort of just prove a point that he knows better because he's old, because he's experienced. He's seen life, you know. So I turn around and I say that कोई बात नहीं, आपने कितने उम्र में गाड़ी ली थी? ये कॉन्वर्सेशन नहीं हो रहा. I would never be so disrespectful to anybody. But आपने कितने उम्र में ली थी? अरे मैंने तो 35 में ले ली थी. मैं 23 का हूँ. By 25 I'll have at least 2 cars. That's a guarantee. अब शर्मा जी knows that. So he's sort of like praying to God that सब तक ये ना बोल दे. फिर मैं क्या बोलूँगा? 35 पे मैंने पहली छोटी सी गाड़ी ली थी, 50 पे पहला घर लिया था, तो मैं क्या मुंह दिखाऊंगा उसको? I turn around and I say, wait till 25, I'll drive the car up to your place and I'll say, Sharma uncle, देखो ले ली मैंने. That's confidence, right? And that's belief, that's confidence. But how do you reach a stage where you can just turn around and no matter who it is, your dad, your mother, your grandfather, sister, girlfriend, boyfriend, how do you make sure that you turn around and say, you know what, I couldn't care less about what you have to say about my field because I know it better than you and I know where I stand and I know the amount of hard work that I'm putting in. How do you achieve that state? How many of you have a plan B? Be very honest. How many of you have a plan B? Just raise your hands high so that we all can see it. Wow, I was expecting a lot of hands to go up, but this is great. Very few of us. There's nothing wrong with plan B, trust me. The whole world is surviving on plan Bs. I personally have never had a plan B, right? I don't even know what a plan B means. And that's half the reason why my mother and I argue every day, almost every second day, every third day. I have never had a plan B. And believe me, it's not just me who says that. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone say that. Thanks. I just named Arnold Schwarzenegger and you said go Chatterjee. Very flattering, thank you. So I've never had a plan B, right? Because the moment you have plan B, you become your biggest naysayer. That's my belief, right? The moment I tell myself, you know, I'm extremely talented, I'm super intelligent. If music doesn't work out, should it not work out, I have this. I just in an instant became the biggest naysayer Saptak Chatterjee could have ever faced. Am I wrong, Chaya? I mean, I have known this girl since she was not even existing in this world. In a manner of speaking. We go way back. School buddies, right? Best friends. I know what she has been through, the kind of hard work that she's put in making sure this happens in a smooth and, you know, organized fashion. So I think naysaying is something that if she has faced no hurdle in her life, she has faced naysaying, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, and you're still here, and she's a boss woman, right? Nobody can doubt that. Nobody in this world can doubt that Chaya Dabas is a boss woman. She has dealt with naysaying and shown it and them the finger. And I'm sure she utilized these couple of methods that I just mentioned because, as I said, we have like 2 o'clock chats, 3 o'clock chats, 4 o'clock in the morning kind of phone calls, and we've discussed all of this. So, how we project ourselves, our image, our work to the other person, having a very strong support system, and making sure that, I'm not saying don't have a plan B, please don't get the wrong message out of this. All I'm saying is, the moment you have a plan B, your focus just sort of like, it branches out, and you can no longer give your 100%. Like, I really am certain that you believe in yourself, the ones who raised your hands, but I can like guarantee that your focus can never be 100% on your plan A the moment you have plan B, because you're constantly working on that contingency. Even if it's 0.5% of your energy, it's going towards that contingency plan, and I don't think it works like that. I will end on that because I know I've exceeded Chaya's like almost on this stage. Thank you so much. My name is Saptak Chatterjee. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you.